are live. We're direct, and we are the comedians cooped up because of Corona. It is the Comedy Nights here with you on a Tuesday night. It's Wes, it's Chris, and it's Steve. And
Hello.
We're here with you to entertain you, or at least keep you company.
Hello, it's fun.
Hello, it's fun. Indeed. How you guys doing?
Yeah, good. We should do a storytelling. We should create a story, a rival storytelling service, actually, to the one that's already happening in
time.
Yes.
When it comes from you dressed like that, Steve. It's,
yes.
irresistible.
Let's just look up something.
I am very well, Wesley. How are you?
I'm very well. I'm very good. It's a Tuesday night, which means it's a day closer to the weekend.
Yeah,
whatever that means. in these days. I'm good. I'm good and dandy. Getting ready to speak to all these people out there today. Today we're going to be going just over a couple of the big news items that came out. We're going to be also talking about our top 10 top 10 series suggestions for lockdown. Now, this is the sort of time where a lot of people have a lot of time on their hands, so we just want to make suggestions to make sure that they make the most of it. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to go down a route of some series which is going to just leave you completely empty at the end of it. Game of Thrones, but you want good series which are going to take you to a good place on that. So we'll be talking about that a little bit later on. Talking about King Trump. And his new dictatorial leadership in the United States. And we're also going to be talking about John Dalli and Lieberland. I'm not sure if you came across
I don't know what that is.
Well, I'll be able to tell you that story. But before we go down all these story routes, shall we share a meme or two?
Yes. Let's do that.
It sounds like a plan, doesn't it?
Before we go down the stories, let's all go down on each other.
Very good.
That was actually one of the memes I found, but it was not relevant to what we're talking about tonight. So, homeschooling day 4, physics class. Yes, parents, I have a feeling, are getting practical with their lessons. Chris, now you have kids. Have you done any practical applications of your daughter's learning yet?
Oh, me? No, dude. My wife's a teacher. I'm not allowed to go near them.
To get involved, exactly.
Why risk mucking everything up when there's a professional in the house?
Is she doing schedules, proper teaching schedules for them and stuff?
She doesn't. I don't know if she does schedules, but
do they get to have like a break, like in the sense like 20 minutes?
Yes,
break?
They have a lunch break with a packed lunch as well.
Really?
Yes. They have a lunch break with a packed lunch, and she spends a large amount of time in the evening sort of preparing stuff for the next day. Because she's also got her own, she's a teacher as well.
Yeah.
So she's also got the school stuff to do. So there's, she's very busy.
Yeah. Wow. I mean, right now it's Easter holiday, so obviously they're off on that.
No, but apparently because that's what I thought as well. But apparently they got like schedules of work and stuff to do, like planning for the next. Yeah, dude, ask your wife. That they do that in the holidays. They plan the next term.
But there's no term now, right? There's no term.
No, there will still be a term. Well, they still have to give the kids work.
Here's an interesting thing. Now, I know in Malta they said there's no more school until October or whatever, right? That's been the official announcement. But in Germany, they're thinking of opening schools like next week. So do you think
Germany
they'll ever
doing
reverse
loads of stuff? Germany are like the football teams are training. The football teams are back in training in the Bundesliga. Yeah, they're supposed to be social distancing while they're training, but they're training. So yeah,
you can't tackle.
You can't tackle, but you can you can pass. And I think there's
it's just going to be a goal fest coming up on that.
It's good.
It's just going to be goal after goal.
They haven't decided when they're going to start the league, but they're training. They're training to
Germany are changing football into dodgeball.
Yeah. So because I was listening to something here about what they're going to do with the Premier League, and somebody was saying, we think that we're going to be able to finish it because in Germany they already started training.
But that's crazy. If they're opening, like stadiums and stuff, getting all those people.
No, but it'll be behind closed doors. It'll be played behind closed doors. But still, you're going to have 100 people, like with the two teams and their squads and their
television,
all their coaching staff.
Yeah,
and you're going to have at least 100 people in there, security people. So
yeah. Well,
for every game. Right?
Have you guys watched?
a
game behind closed doors? Have you literally watched any of these games?
I remember I saw a game on TV once. Obviously, no, on TV. I saw a game on TV once.
No, on TV. I watched United against some Austrian team just now, and I can tell you it was the most weird experience on the planet. Watching it, there was even no commentators. It was just like watching, something at
It's like a practice game. It's like a practice game. It's like
it's so weird.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. Merkel will address the nation tomorrow morning and will extend school holidays. Okay.
Sarah's in the know. Is Sarah,
I believe Sarah lives in Germany.
that's
Yes.
why.
So
Sarah was also
she would be up to date.
She was also the same person who offered to go on the Camino de Santiago with my mum. So
so she's a good person.
So she's a very good person. Perhaps not completely stable, but very good. Right.
Going back to the football, here's a bit of a tweet. It's absolutely mad when you deep it. Liverpool, 30 years trying to win that PL. The Macchietta goal, the Gerrard slip, Suarez tears at Palace, 1.5 centimeters. Company's goal, then 25 points clear. Finally, nothing can stop them. It literally can happen next game week, and then the world ends. That is a summary for Liverpool, isn't that?
Yes.
They are not meant to win this league ever. And do we have anyone watching who likes Liverpool? What do you think? Do you think they should win the league at some point?
I get nothing from all of none of those sentences mean anything to me. The Gerrard slip sounds like a women's nightie that footballer would wear.
Company's goal
1.5 centimeters.
There was an offside.
Company's goal. That's clearly a misprint because that's company spelled with a C.
That's how.
30 years of trying to win that Partit Laborista. None of this makes any sense.
Also, you can tell it's been written by an American person, right? Because it can literally happen next game week. Nobody speaks like that. So this is somebody who probably calls football soccer, this guy. So I already don't like him.
I love this. I love this.
Daniel almost got at the party. Floriana apparently were in the same situation locally. Yes, they were.
I love how he's not sure. He's kind of like, apparently, from what I hear.
Apparently.
They were in the same situation.
They're actually the team I support locally. But to be fair, I just think all football across the world should be suspended until next season. I think that's the only fair way to go forward.
Well, it's not fair, is it? Honestly, it's not fair. But it's what should happen, though. It's not fair at all. But I had a bet with someone in 1992 that Everton would win the Premier League before Liverpool. 1992 was when the Premier League started. So and I still haven't lost it. So there you go. There you go. Thank you, COVID-19. Daniel also said he follows Baltan. Daniel follows Baltan. Yes, he follows Xavier Baltan everywhere.
No, it wasn't the best. You guys just fell apart over in Baltan. I don't know too much about local football, but I do know that. Now, for all of you who are working from home but are also a parent, this is a meme that should sum life up. So when you work from home but also a parent, working 9 to 10, 9:45 to 10, 10:20, 10:35, 12 to 2 o'clock, 2:15 to 2:16. That anyway, you get
2:15 to 2:16 is very true.
That is so true. The thing is, I'm really blessed. Being in the garage and being sort of cut off from the house is a blessing. When the kids are outside, and just like in the yard over here, and they're playing, that is my schedule. And I kid you not, that is my schedule. It's insane. But I love them. But yeah.
I love them. But yeah.
The other day, I had a running total. I started from 0 until the end of the day to see how much I would pay to send the kids to school the next day. How much money would I actually pay to send the kids to school just for one day? Just day. And I ended the day at I think it was €650.
Wow.
650 euro.
And what was making you add the numbers up?
Yes.
What was happening that was making you add to your tally?
Just general time spent with them.
Wow.
But
how did you come to that €650? Was it like every time they stopped you, it was like an extra euro?
No, I didn't. I didn't have I didn't have a set of rules. It was like every time I could feel my temper starting, or say it loudly. I'm like, oh yeah, there's another. Okay, no. And it was generally just a gauge. There was a big leap halfway through. I went from like €100 to like 400, in one step.
Oh wow!
And what were they interrupting?
Wow.
Were you like rehearsing for some play that you're doing or something?
No. It just dude, just need a day off from them. Okay. It's hard to explain. Just being this is day 33, and I don't know, one day of quiet.
One day.
One day.
Is there like a school's open for people who are workers like they are here? Because schools here are open if you're an essential worker.
Yes.
If you're like a nurse.
There is one school that's open for health workers. Now, all the health. This is the weirdest thing on the planet. And if we have any health workers listening to us, and your parents, I really feel for you guys. So all the health workers' children are all in the same school. Now, if one of those health workers' children picks up this coronavirus, they could literally spread it to all the kids in that school, which could then put every single health worker in Malta in quarantine. It's the weirdest thing on the planet. Yeah. But yes, the essential workers.
Now that you said it, you've jinxed it.
No, I haven't. I've been reading posts of other people.
If it happens, then if it happens now, it's your fault.
Definitely your fault.
Yeah, no, I've been reading posts about that. It's not my fault. I'll shift the blame onto Robert. It was all his fault. Moving quickly on. True. Moving quickly on. Now, these are memes that have been popping up the last couple of days. It's a reorganization of Malta. So, the drive. The yellow part is the drive. I need to go for a drive. It's the gray part, and car-free haven is Little Camino there. It is so true. And have you been seeing all the other memes that have been popping up like these last couple of days?
The Slima. There's one about Slima, isn't there? People who like Slima.
I have not seen that.
Yeah, it's exactly the same, but it's just Slima is just like covered with a little blue thing, and that's like people who like Slima, and then the rest is like people who just don't get Slima.
Yes.
So but that's the only other
one of those people.
I
don't get Slima.
What do you mean you don't get Slimmer? This is the Comedy Nights, guys. Watch out what you say.
No. Slima people are fantastic. I don't get the want to live in Slima. It makes no sense to me.
Man, this guy is just digging today.
Biting the hand.
I love the Sleemeasy. They're lovely people. It's not because I don't want to be their neighbors. It's because I want to find parking eventually one day.
But when you're ahead, but no.
Exactly. Maybe we
don't worry. If I was looking for funding, I already did that with the Arts Council.
He hasn't shut up yet.
No, of course I'm not.
Does he know that he can stop at any moment?
Speaking of this is a very true meme. This happens many times a month to me. Red, do you think I'm smart? Oh, is that what we're going to do today? Fight. It is. You know this one. Has this one happened to you since you've been on lockdown?
Oh, me?
Yeah, Steve.
Me and Kat get on quite a lot, but which is good, seeing as we're married. But yeah, I mean, I think obviously lockdown does kind of It puts you in. I mean, yes, we have been fighting all the time. There you go. Yeah,
saying,
we've been.
How can I not get in trouble for my
No.
answering
We've
this
been.
question?
We have been. Well, actually, it's not been as bad as I thought it was going to be. But yeah, like she's doing a jigsaw. She wanted me to do a jigsaw. Why? What's the point of a jigsaw? You do a 1,000-piece jigsaw, and then when it starts, like, okay, that's nice. Put it back in the box. It's like, what?
No, you got to do like those people that frame them. That put them in a frame and hang them up.
I would prefer to get the virus than become one of those people, honestly.
So, Ramses, watching you complain about just one plague.
There you go. A little biblical reference for everyone.
Yeah, very nice.
Did any of you watch any Easter films this weekend?
Star Wars. I watched Star Wars.
Okay, that has a bit of the Christ Messiah figure going on in it with the Luke Skywalker and all that.
Yeah, very true.
But yeah, I watched this weekend. I watched Prince of Egypt with my kids. Do you remember that one?
The cartoon.
I remember Prince of Egypt. I remember Prince of Egypt very well because Malcolm Garlia and I had skived off sick and gone to the cinema at a 2 p.m. show to see what there was. And the only thing that was starting within the first hour or so when we got there was Prince of Egypt. And we were like, hey, Amaru. And we were the only people in the cinema.
Was that the one with
Egypt
the Phil Collins with the Phil Collins music? I can't stop loving you. Was that?
No,
that was Tarzan.
That was Tarzan. No,
this one.
Mariah Carey and Whitney Houston had that song. If you are miracles when you believe.
I remember
that. You're doing it justice, Wes. Yeah,
I know. I'm doing it better than Whitney would do it today. That could have been one step too far.
Did you watch what other biblical shows did you watch over?
Yeah, what's your other biblical?
Any other films?
We watched Jesus Christ Superstar.
Okay, very good.
Yep. Originally we were watching the one that Andrew Lloyd Webber had streaming live on his The Show Must Go On channel. And like 10 minutes in, I was like, oh, this is rubbish. Let's watch the original. So we watched the 1977 original, which my daughter loves so much more. It was a lot of fun.
The actual movie, the one that was an actual movie, not a film of the stage version.
Not a film of the stage version. I don't know. I've seen a couple of the stage. I haven't seen all of them, but I've seen a couple of stage versions of it, and they've been a bit rubbish. The stage versions, they're like really lazy. It's just like this one scaffolding set, and that's it. And it's just like, yeah. It's not. I could imagine more sets and things like that in there.
I don't think I've ever seen the movie Jesus Christ Superstar, or if I have, a long time ago.
I remember at school when we were kids, they had shown it once on TV, and next day every kid was like, "Did you see that? Oh, the guards had machine guns. Oh, it was awesome."
Yeah. That I have seen. I do remember that scene.
Yeah.
What?
Oh, the guards have got machine guns.
Yes. No, but I was watching and I was just like, no. But Georgia, my oldest, she loved it, and she picked out her favorite bits. One of her favorite, she didn't happen to like the Herod scene though, also all that much. I really like that scene.
What was the Herod scine when he was? You were Herod, weren't you? When you Herod? Chris?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
I was Herod.
You were Herod. On a side note, Sarah is partnered. Oh, go ahead, Chris.
I played Herod in this. I'll show you Herod if you want.
Okay, well, we're going to
show you Herod.
We're going to see
he shows
the actual Herod
Sarah
or your
said.
interpretation of him.
Okay. No, I'm
in
going
the
to show
meantime,
you
Sarah said,
a photo of me. There you go.
Okay, here we are. We have a picture of Herod. Ooh.
There you go.
Wow.
That's
very nice.
Indeed.
Wow, you look like you're some Italian. You're an Italian TV presenter.
You could be on Cold
Well,
Progresso,
yeah, actually, I can see that.
Yeah, like you're like Umberto Smiler, the guy who used to present Colpo Grosso. You look.
All right.
What did it say that Sarah said?
So Sarah said, my partner decided that I needed to watch both Ben-Hur and the Ten Commandments for the first time during Easter.
Wow,
that is a lot of viewing.
Are they any good?
They're really long movies as well, aren't they?
What?
They're like 3 hours each.
Yeah, Chris,
What's
you've never
Ben-Hur?
seen them.
Ben-Hur's like
Ben-Hur?
a Roman
Ben-Hur.
centurion.
No, I
Roman
know Ben-Hur.
centurion.
Of course, I know Ben-Hur.
Yeah, how's that be?
Have you seen Ben Dover? That's
Yeah.
a good one as well.
No.
I have
No,
not seen the Ten Commandments. That doesn't strike me as
Really?
no,
Ten
I have
Commandments.
not seen it.
It's actually a good film. I mean, if you just take it for its filmic qualities, it's actually quite interesting.
What's his name? What's his face was in that, wasn't he?
Charlton Heston.
That very famous actor.
Charlton Heston.
Yes, Charlton Heston.
That's it. No, Marco Mazzini.
Martin Sheen, Marco Mazzini. Why not even Martin Sheen? His dad, Marco Mazzini.
I thought you said Sex Machine. Because
Here's one for you guys.
It's something machine. I'm like, yeah, the man. He likes Charlton Heston.
Surely 2020 can't get any worse. April, the 9 have left the Minas Morgul. For any of you Lord of the Rings fans, this will ring true to you.
Okay, I don't know what this means. I'm not a Lord of
You
the
haven't
Rings.
seen Lord of the Rings?
No.
Okay, do you know what, Chris? I think we should change today's top 10 series to watch during lockdown. I think we need to talk about top 10 films you need to watch during lockdown.
Top 10 films, perhaps. Yeah, I think that's a good one. Top 10 films.
Top 10 films you need to go lockdown. So
Once-
everybody who's watching here, do send in your suggestions for this. We're going to come up with our top 10 list, though.
But when we say top 10, like a series, would each movie count as one movie in the series, or would the series?
Lord of the
count as
Rings,
one?
even if it's 3 films, you have to watch that. Okay, so
that would be one. Movies. That would be one entry on the top 10.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So, shall we start this now?
Cool.
Why not?
Yeah,
but before we do, we just want to give a little point over here. Thank you very much for supporting the comedy nights. All you need to do is go to https or just go to paypal.me/comedy nights, and you can support us and bring more quality content, which we've obviously prepared for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours on end. So yes, comedynights.com, paypal.me/comedy nights. Hey guys. So now that message is over and done with, let us go with our top 10 films to watch during the lockdown. So, Chris, sure I have something. Okay, let's start with this. All right.
Are we doing 10 films each? What are we doing?
I think we should
try and agree on the top 10.
What's Sheila Nana? Where's?
Sheila Wes.
Yeah.
So I think we should come up with a list. Schnuffsip. So we come up with a list. We're going to pitch it out there, and we're going to let the audience see if they agree with us that these films should be on the list. Yes.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Let's start with number.
Are you watching any movies at the moment? Is there any movies that are on your list at the moment? Should we start with movies that are on our list or not?
So right now, I am watching. I'm actually watching a series. I'm watching Money Heist. I started that the other day. I'm going to turn off this music. We don't need it. So I'm watching Money Heist at the moment. I'm like 5 episodes in of 4 seasons. What are you laughing?
Oh wow!
Chris?
Okay. Chris is giggling. What are you watching, Chris?
Pleased with that. You were very pleased with that. No, because Wes was so pleased with the music, and then Miskini had to switch it off.
No, keep it on. Just keep it low. Keep it low, man. Just keep it on. Yeah.
Yeah, hello, we can keep it.
Okay, we've got our first
Nadia.
suggestion from Nadia.
Home Alone.
Yeah. Very good.
Interesting.
But that's more of a Christmassy movie, isn't it? Though, is it a lockdown movie? You see, if you're going to go with a kids movie, an exciting kids movie, I would say E.T.
E.T. No,
E.T.
E.T. is a good film.
But E.T. wants to go home. We don't.
we want to get out of
leave
home.
Exactly.
In fact, I think Home Alone is a bit of a misnomer because Home Alone for us parents would be bliss. I mean, could you imagine you got left home alone by your entire family for
Yeah.
2 weeks?
They all
650 euro, Wes. 650 euro.
Ruben's come up with another suggestion.
Oh my God.
Battleship Potemkin.
Well, yeah, exactly. Obviously, a communications student.
Oh, why would you do that to anyone, Ruben? Battleship Potemkin. I mean, all I'm thinking right now is the buggy going down the stairs.
Yeah,
and then just thinking of Liam Neeson in Naked Gun, 2.5, recreating that scene.
That wasn't Liam Neeson. That wasn't Liam Neeson. That was
Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Leslie
Liam
Nielsen.
Neeson doesn't do those sorts of movies.
Sorry, Leslie Nielsen. Oh, close enough.
Liam
Leslie.
Neeson.
I pictured a white.
I will find
OJ
that
was
buggy.
in it, okay? There was
I will
OJ
find
was
that
in it.
buggy.
Set of skills.
So Sarah suggests Seven.
That's a good movie. I haven't seen that for ages.
I haven't seen that probably since like the late 90s. When's the last time you watched that, guys?
Oh, years and years ago.
Years and years ago? Okay.
Years and years ago, yeah.
I think I'm gonna watch it.
I watched that with my girlfriend, and she just lost her head over it. You know.
Where's your sound effects?
Yes. Well, it's true. All right.
Really, from him.
Halini. I'm what they call. I'm not feeling well.
Put the theme on this, dear.
It was on. Oh, let me put it on. Intom Jane Benekio.
Hey, dude, look how many more suggestions we have. Hey, come on.
It's the title of the film.
Yeah, that's just talking about Home Alone. She's talking about Home Alone.
So Jumanji, the original.
I've never seen Jumanji. I don't know anything about it.
It's good.
That's a good movie. Is that Robin Williams? Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, it's Robin Williams is fantastic in it.
That's a good movie.
But even the new ones are good. I'm not sure if you haven't seen them yet. Do watch them. They're good films. They're good.
I like
family
the girl. I like the girl who was in Doctor Who and who is in what's her name? Oh, the Scottish girl, very very pretty. She's really hot in this. She's in the new Jumanji movies. And
the blonde.
I'll find the name.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't know her name. I just know her hair color. So the platform. What is the platform about, Andrea Gallia?
Never seen that.
I have never seen it as well. All I can think is Mind the Gap when I read that. So
Paul.
Oh
yeah, no, I saw this. Oh yeah, okay. I saw the trailer for this. So this is it's set in it's a science fiction kind of movie where it's in a okay. This is weird. This is hard to explain. They're in a prison, and there's two people on every level, and there is a platform full of food that goes down and spends like a couple of minutes per level, and people can eat from it. But then obviously when it goes down, the people at the bottom have less food or no food left.
So essentially you try to go up to get more food.
I think every week they get shifted around to a different level or something like that. It's just weird. Have
you seen it? Have you seen it?
I just saw the trailer. And it looks pretty kind of, it looks grim, if I'm honest. It looks really grim. Contagion.
Well, that'd be a nice cheery movie to watch.
Yeah. Paul, Marguerite,
yes.
Contagion.
So, all things we should watch. Contagion. We're living it. Do we need to really watch it?
Yeah.
The Invisible Man.
Oh yeah, this is meant to be excellent. This is meant to be really good.
Oh, the new one. Yes. Apparently so. Apparently, the new one's really good.
I've heard it's really, really good.
Just one thing about Contagion. Today on the news, there was a doctor who was saying a lot of people have been contacting us at the TV studio saying that in Contagion they managed to stop the virus by getting blood from the guy and then finding an antidote. We can't really do it. It'll be too hard to really do it in real life. It's like, oh my god.
I love these tip lines. I mean, they must be absolutely fantastic. Ruben suggests Leon. Do you guys like the film Leon?
Was that the one with Natalie Portman when she was really young?
Yeah.
Yes,
And
I think so. Jean Reno.
And what's his name? No, I was going to go for but they're both French. But no, Jean Reno. Yes, no, that's a good film. It's well worth watching. We got a list here from Preston. Shawshank Redemption, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, Sound of Music, Silence of the Lambs, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. Preston, you're screwed up, dude. Sound of Music with all those films?
What an eclectic mix.
Yeah, I mean, Hitchhiker's Guide. Which one? The one with Sam Rockwell? Because that wasn't a very good movie, I thought.
No, I actually didn't watch that movie on purpose because I read the books, and a couple of people told me that the movies were not good, so I didn't watch that on purpose.
Here's an interesting fact: all of those are actually books, except for The Sound of Music.
That's true.
There you go. There you go. And that's a
good point.
Hit the air horn. Hit the air horn sound effect. Air horn sound effect. You deserve it.
One. Yes. Oh, we've become pissed. Yeah. Oh, bless. Scott, we should be watching Multigeddon.
You know what? If there was a way of watching it, I would. I wouldn't mind watching something like that. Okay. Actually,
I am going to call out. So we have people watching this. Someone must know someone who has a copy of this. Please send us a copy of this. And you know what? We will do a live watch here on the Comedy Night show. What do you think, guys? Would you do a live watch along?
Yeah, I'd be up to that. That'd be fun. All together.
Yeah, a watch along. I'm happy to be part of that. So if you know someone who has a copy of that, and they're happy for us to stream it, we will do that, and everybody will have fun. So moving on, Angela Ajus Barte, Claire, Mandy Portelli Barte.
He's on the wrong chat, this woman.
Yeah, I do not think those are films. If they are very strong.
Angela Ajus Barte is a very good movie.
Very niche.
There's very good movie. Angela Ajus Barte.
I showed 7 to my partner very recently, noticed our different tastes. I also had to watch all the Star Wars movies. He also has all the Harry Potter ones next in line. Now, here's an interesting fact. Steve is watching all the Star Wars movies as we speak.
Yeah, because I kind of, when I was a kid, I kind of watched the Star Wars movies. You know, they were kind of on in the background sometimes, but I never really got into it. And then when the new ones started coming out, during comedy nights, I've been to a couple of the midnight showings with you guys. But I don't really know what's going on. And I always kind of fall asleep and everything. So I started watching them again chronologically from one. We've seen with the first 3, then we saw the original 3. I think we saw number 7 yesterday. So tonight I'm watching. So there's just 8 and 9 left, and then obviously there's Rogue One and Solo. Rogue One, I kind of remember, so we'll watch Solo. And I think it's really good. I think C-3PO is a bit of a bit moany, so I don't like him. And there's massive plot holes, as in people who love Star Wars never mention the massive plot holes.
What plot hole? There's no plot holes in Star Wars. Star Wars is perfect.
Well, for example, Luke Skywalker, still called Luke Skywalker, living with his mum's family, and the most powerful person in the entire universe didn't find him. He's not hiding. He's right there. How has Darth Vader not found him? What's wrong with him? And also, how did Obi-Wan Kenobi forget that he had time ago? How did he forget that he had these droids, that they've been with him? He had all these adventures with him. How had, in 20 years, everyone forgotten all about the Jedi? There's a lot of plot holes in Star Wars. But it's fun. It's good.
I'm glad you enjoy it. Actually, speaking of Star Wars, I want to share something with you guys. I just have to find a way to get it onto the computer. This is something that my lovely wife drew this evening. Let me just save the image and share it over. In fact, you can keep talking about Star Wars because it's going to take me 30 seconds.
Okay. Also, another one. Have you seen, when's the last time you saw The Empire? When's the last time you saw Return of the Jedi?
I don't know.
Did you see, in the last scene, they've changed the last scene to include the ghost of Anakin Skywalker instead of proper Darth Vader.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, the last scene where he sees the ghost of him. He sees the ghost of him.
They did that in around 98.
No, of course not. They could have done it in 98. They could have done it in 98 because the
Sorry?
film came out in 2018 or 2016.
What?
You're talking about a different movie, dude.
I'm talking about
Okay.
the Empire. The Empire. What's it? Return of the Jedi.
Strikes Back.
The last
Return of the
scene of
Jedi.
Return of the Jedi, when they see the ghosts, they look right at the last scene. He sees the ghosts of Obi-Wan Kenobi, of Yoda, and of what's his face, of Darth Vader. And they changed it in 2016. They changed it, so instead of Darth Vader, they put in Anakin Skywalker, as in the new actor, right at the end.
Yes, you're right.
And that was a bit like,
yes.
That felt a bit like, why are they messing around with this movie?
That's what everybody wanted to see.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Let me show you what I show you before.
Oh,
so, here is what my wife lovingly drew today. She thought this would be a good idea to draw this. So it's BB-8, stay safe. A little bit of a COVID response, and while she was at it, she decided to do an R2-D2 one, which I think, hey, thumbs up, and let's just keep spreading that message. Let's stay safe and stay at home.
Yeah.
Yep.
R2-D2. I like R2-D2. He's cool.
He is cool. He's one of my favorites out there in the world. Now, let's go back to the comics.
Am I still there?
What? Of course I am.
I also like
Are you
Jar
still
Jar
there?
Binks. Right.
Yes, Jar Jar Binks is fun. Where are we here? So, a good short series to see is When They See Us. True story, 4 episodes. Okay.
Cool. Except we're talking about movies, not
About movies.
But yeah.
Outbreak 1995. Have you seen this film?
I don't remember this.
Yeah, it was Monkeys, wasn't it? Monkeys that started the
Yes.
That's it.
And the military
virus.
moved in. And there was Dustin Hoffman in this, wasn't there? He was
Isn't
like
that Dustin
the lead
Hoffman
actor.
in every movie in the 90s? But it was
Yes, that's
contracted to be in.
It's very-
If not him, then Alec Baldwin. If not Dustin Hoffman, then Alec Baldwin.
Fenix says we should watch The Banker and Snowden.
Oh, I hate The Banker. God, I watched 2 minutes of it. Not my type of movie at all.
Snowden was okay. Snowden was.
I don't know any. I haven't seen either of them.
The Italian Job and Ford versus Ferrari. I've seen The Italian Job. That's great fun. Original and the new one. Ford versus Ferrari. It was about racing, so I did not like bother.
I heard good things about it though.
Yeah, Le Mans 66, but I hadn't seen the first 65 one. So
On a side note, Sarah's suggesting a really good film I could get into, Baked to the Future. That is the way that you bake and get into the future very, very soon. In fact, taking the piss aside, there is a Back to the Future 4 available online on YouTube.
Really? Made by
because
who?
It was made, basically it was a video game. And the video, what someone did is they took all the cut scenes of the whole thing and put together a whole feature-length film from this Back to the Future video game. So if you want to know what happens after Back to the Future, you can check it out. If you look for like Back to the Future 4, you'll find it online. I was watching this weekend.
I saw this thing on Twitter about the Back to the Future movies. In what order are they the best? Like 1, 3, 2, I think was the general consensus.
Really? They thought 3 was better than 2?
Yeah, that's what they that
For me,
that seemed to be.
Always, for me, 2
in that order.
Watch
them in that order, or just like which is the best?
No. Which one is the best one?
No, for me,
rated.
For me, 2's the best one. I love that they went to the future, and then 1, and then 3 was like
silly.
Yeah,
I wasn't anyone else.
Was 3 the Western one?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I like the Western one. It's fun.
Yeah. Also, have you ever seen The Evil Dead? We went on Halloween. Me and Kat went to an Evil Dead movie marathon. The first one is kind of we didn't know which way it was going to go. I didn't know these movies at all. And by the third one, it's just like a weird adventure movie. It's so funny. So
Evil Dead is lots of fun. Evil Dead is lots of fun, and there's also Ash versus the
yes.
Ash versus the Evil Dead. If you haven't seen that series, it's been fun. Apparently, Daniel
the Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Steve! All this time I've been I thought you were talking about a movie called The Evil. No, The Evil Bed.
The Evil Bed. What a great name for a movie.
All this sounds like, and I'm thinking, what? This sounds like an awesome B movie that you could go and watch. The Evil Bed, and you go and lie down on it, and it chomps you up. Like,
wow, amazing. We should write it.
Evil Bed. All right.
What is this? What are these shenanigans from Daniel?
Yeah, he just doesn't watch movies.
What does he like doing?
What does he like doing? We're going to find out in a couple of seconds' time. So, we need to make our list now. So we've had all these suggestions. They're over there. So our list of the top 10 films to watch during lockdown. What are they going to be, boys? Let's write them down.
Nobody's mentioned the Rocky movies, which for me, I love the Rocky movies. And there's a lot of them. So there's 8 Rocky movies. So I think that's a great way to spend. Yeah, Rocky and Creed. Rocky goes into Creed, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So I think that's I would highly recommend them.
What, Steve, just throw in Over the Top in there as well.
Over the top. Was that the arm wrestling? Was that the one where he turns his cap around? And then, I love that movie. I love Stallone. I love Stallone. I love Stallone. I think he's great.
I think he secretly loves you too, Steve.
Well, he is an Everton fan. Fun fact. In fact, Creed was filmed at Goodison Park, the final fight in the first Creed movie. I
did not.
Yeah.
Nobody's mentioned any Tarantino films. That's interesting.
Yes. There's no Tarantino. Would you put a Tarantino marathon on your lockdown watch list?
I think you have to be in the mood, don't you? You have to be in the mood. But I think, I would. Like Inglourious Bastards, I love.
Yeah.
So, something like that would be great.
Here's this possibly a hot take. People won't like this idea, but do you hate Jackie Brown? Because I think that film.
I'm trying to think. I can't remember it, to be honest. I know I watched it, but a while ago.
I've seen it.
A while ago.
It's one of those Tarantino films that I just cannot get. Every time I try to watch it, it's just like, turn it off. Boom. Okay. So Nadia suggests The Life of Brian.
Very good movie.
Yes.
Indeed. While you're at it, you might as well watch The Meaning of Life as well, which is a little bit different.
And if you've got Netflix, there's all the Monty. I don't know. Are all the Monty Pythons on in Netflix in Malta? Because there's all the Monty. Yes. All the sketches. They're very, very good.
What about something like, just going a bit old school, sort of like, not very old school, but Dirty Rotten Scoundrels or something like that?
Yeah.
Well, did you know there was a new version of Dirty Rotten Scoundrels that came out about a year ago?
Yeah,
it was a female version starring what's her name? Rebel Wilson.
And Anne Hathaway. It was called.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't the original, but it wasn't bad. I have to. In fact, we watched this new version. I forgot what it was called. It had a different title completely.
Hustlers or something like that. Not Hustlers, but
Hustlers. And we watched that, and then we watched Dirty Rotten Scoundrels back to back. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels is so much better. I mean, Steve Martin is absolutely
of course.
Have you watched
an 80s movie marathon would be good to watch?
Yes, something like The Man with Two Brains. Have you ever seen The Man with Two Brains, Steve Martin?
Yes,
that's a wonderful movie. If you can get your hands on that, that's a great.
What About Bob is also a good movie from that's from the 90s.
Groundhog
Bill Murray,
Groundhog Day. And on YouTube, there's a movie called Heavenly Kid. You can get it for free on YouTube, and it's about this kid who dies, and then he becomes an angel, and then he's sent back to look after his own kid, who's a bit of a dweeb and a nerd. And it's a proper 80s movie, like all the 80s cliches are in it, and it's so good. And it's available on YouTube for free. So watch it on YouTube. Heavenly Kid. Like proper 80s.
Have you guys seen Ghostbusters of late?
No, it's been ages since I saw Ghostbusters. I haven't seen the new one.
Don't watch the new one. Don't watch the new one. Whatever you do not watch the new one. It's really bad, and it has nothing to do with the fact that it's an all-female cast. It's just horrible. But watch the old ones; they're really good fun. Paul Marbury suggested any film with Edward Norton in it,
and Nicholas mentioned The Escape Room, which I've seen, and it's what?
Schwarzenegger alone.
No. The Escape Room.
Will you guys excuse me for a minute? I'll be right back.
Okay, see you later. The Escape Room is actually about an escape room. So people just get sent. They just get sent something in the mail. They're told to go to this escape room, and they can win. I don't know how much money. And they just in this escape room. But the escape room, like they have to get out of the rooms, otherwise they'll be killed. The escape room will kill them. And it's just it's one of those non-stop ones.
It's Saw, essentially.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I think again, it depends on if you're talking about a movie marathon. What sort of movies will you watch? Would you do a horror movie marathon? Would you do an 80s movie marathon? Would you do a Maltese movie? What would be on your Maltese movie marathon?
Marathon. Well, you. How about doing a Hollywood Maltese movie marathon? So you could go through all the films. Yeah. And basically, you could go through it, and you could like pick out your favorite comedy nights from all the various different films.
You could.
See, and, what's his name? The Mexican dude.
Oh, Danny Trejo.
Danny Trejo. Chris playing an American computer geek as he gets blown up in 13 hours. And little cameos of myself in there. You can
Do we know anyone who was in Gladiator? Do we know anyone who was in Gladiator?
I was in Gladiator, but I was an extra. We know. Well, there's Korea George who was in it. She was a prostitute in that. There was who else was in that? Wasn't Manuel Kauki in that as well?
Ray Calleja was in that. Gladiator.
Ray Calleja was in that.
Ray Calleja was in that. Yes.
We could do Cutthroat Island, which is
Cutthroat Island. Oh my god! And there are loads of movies that came out. There are loads of movies that came out in like the 70s and 80s that Colin sometimes reminds us of that were filmed in Malta.
Malta starring Peony back as a child.
Yeah,
going way back. But they was Shout at the Devil with Roger Moore. What else? I don't know too many.
If any TV people are watching right now, and I'm sure they are because they must be like, I'm sure they tune in for every show and they're like, how are we going to get these guys onto our station? But if they are, as well as getting us onto their station, there should be a Maltese movie marathon. These sorts of Hollywood Malta movies. We're just saying, Chris, there should be a big movie marathon on Maltese TV showing Maltese Hollywood movies, old ones. It'd be amazing.
And you also mentioned Spotting the Comedy Night. If you want to have a bit of a sort of sidetrack to that, there's a movie called Colin Fitz Lives. Which you can check out as well.
Yes, and Colin isn't in it.
He's not in it. It's got nothing to do with Colin Fitz, but it's actually called Colin Fitz Lives.
Yes.
It's interesting film indeed.
Have you seen it?
I actually have seen it. At one time, I was watching, just flicking television, and I came across something, and it was like the literal last shot of the film, and it was like a pan down from the sky and focused on a grave, and it was like Colin Fitz lives. It said on the grave, and I was like, holy shit! So I actually Colin right away. But yeah, Colin Fitz lives.
I don't think he's seen it either. I don't think he's seen it. We've spoken about this. I'm not sure he's seen it.
He doesn't want to see it. He doesn't want to ruin the aura and the mystique about it.
Yeah,
I get that.
Just a reminder, guys, paypal.me/comedy nights. If you want to help support us, send us a little tip over there. This will go to feeding these poor young actors who are currently out of work and will be for the foreseeable future, according to Andrew Lloyd Webber, at least until September.
Yeah. Although
we're all going to work with Andrew Lloyd Webber immediately.
I did see somewhere, and I actually saved it. Someone said that some West End producers are saying they're planning to be open by the end of May. So I don't know. I'm very confused by it all. Very confused. Manavs. But there are some. We were talking about TV stations showing old things. I'd like to mention this. So on Easter Sunday, in a vain attempt to stop English people leaving their house, they showed on TV the World Cup semi-final from 1990 from Italia 90, and they showed it. And on the BBC, they're actually commentating in real time, like, and England have equalised. And this is and Gaza being yellow carded, and I was watching it, and it's like, and I'm actually watching the game, and at one point, an English player called Paul Parker runs into the box, and he shoots. I'm like, I'm like, oh my god, how am I getting worked up about a match from 30 years ago? And at the end, when England lost from penalties, I was really upset. I was like, oh shit, we really should have won. Like. I was on Twitter having a go at Peter Shilton for what he did 30 years ago, not saving a penalty.
but you would have thought if they're going to show anything in England, they would have shown 1966 when they actually did win it.
Yeah, but that's a bit too far away.
On the nose, maybe, I don't know.
The game before didn't go out. You want to show something to raise people's spirits, not remind everybody how shit.
Yeah, but I think it was such an iconic game with Gascoigne crying, and it was amazing. I was watching this, and Kat was watching it, and I'm like, she's like, are you going to go out? Because we go out for our like daily walk. I'm like, I'm watching the game. She's like, you know how it ends, right? I'm like, what? I'm like, I don't think you're taking this seriously. This was a really important cultural moment. And she's like, okay. So that happened. But they're also showing all the Euro 96 games, all of them, from next week or the week after. They're going to start showing every single game.
Telly in England sounds awesome right now.
It's brilliant.
Steve, did you dodge a ball like we did in Amsterdam?
So me and Ruben went on a holiday to Amsterdam once, and we were partaking in the Amsterdam treats. And we, at one point, it was Saturday afternoon, right? Partaking in treats, not sexual treats. I'm just going to put that out there. So
he says wearing the Hugh Hefner robe.
It's like, hold on, which treats?
It was Saturday afternoon, and this was before like internet on phones and stuff. So I told Ruben, I said, "Can we just pop into this bar? I want to see what the football results were." And we opened the door. And as soon as we opened the door, there was a big screen, and they were showing a football match. And somebody obviously kicked the ball, and the ball went out, and the camera was there, and you could see the ball coming towards the camera, but it was a big screen. And in our state, I thought that somebody was kicking a ball at us. So we walked into this bar. I see this ball coming. I thought it was going to whack Ruben in the face. So I jumped on Ruben and pushed him to the floor as soon as we walked into. So literally opened the door of the bar, then jumped on my friend, pushed him to the ground. And then we got up and he was like, Immoral, we just left it go. Yes, Amsterdam. What a holiday.
So we're going to change topics right now, and we're going to go to All Hail King Trump. Now, Trump is basically declared himself the most powerful person in America.
Oh, an idiot.
And have you seen the CNN his press conference this morning?
It was mad. It was
He was. I mean, we've said this several times, but he was the biggest petulant child on the planet.
Cool. Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, and he showed the video. Didn't he? About that was like almost like a campaign video saying how wonderful he was.
Yes, Trump.
And I just could not get. I mean, how clueless he was to the whole situation. So Chris, you were following this because you told me about this initially. Can you just give me a brief roundup and all of us a brief roundup of what happened? I'm actually going to turn off this music because we need something more sinister.
Exactly. Do the Star Wars. Dum 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 dum.
So it's all hell breaks loose in the US. We've got in the background going do 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 do.
Here we are. This is very fitting. There you are. Okay.
This is actually not fitting at all because what he is doing is the exact opposite of what these guys tried to do, which was to stop the US having a president with absolute powers, and so he literally, these people from that musical Hamilton tried to do the exact opposite of what Trump is claiming that he has, which is absolute power.
He centralized the power of.
I don't think he wants centralized power. I just think the guy talks without thinking and doesn't have any idea of what's going on. I don't think he's trying to.
Yeah, well, he does.
To seize power.
No. He wants. Look, he only thinks about Trump. So his business is all going under because he's got hotels and golf courses they're closed and they're not making any money. So he's probably losing money hand over fist right now. So he needs them to reopen.
Just stop you. Hello CIA. Hello FBI. Thank you for listening. Continue.
So he needs them to reopen. This is a theory. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, I don't know if that is it. I just think the guy hates the idea that people don't love him and don't think that he's amazing, and hates being accused that people have died because of him. I don't think he can. I think he's got such a thin skin that he can't take any sort of criticism.
You don't think that that this focus on reopening the economy is not money motivated?
No, it is. Of course it is. But I mean, there's a focus on reopening the economy everywhere. So I mean, that's not just him, right?
No, but there is a focus on reopening the economy like there is in Germany and
exactly.
And there is this. It's like you're talking about the San Diego Zoo, and then you've got Lion King.
I agree with you. I do agree with you, but I think it's probably somewhere in the middle. I think the guy obviously cannot take any sort of criticism. The idea that he didn't do things brilliantly, and it also upset him, and he can't engage. The guy's thick. So I mean, so I think it's a mixture of all those things.
Can I make a suggestion? Do you actually want to watch some video clips from today's briefing?
Oh, we got the technology.
Yes, we have the technology. So here's some clips from today's briefing, courtesy of CNN.com. We don't have the right.
When somebody's the president of the United States, the authority is total. And that's the way it's got to be.
The authority is total.
It's total. And the governors know that.
So if
the governors know that. Now you have a couple of bands of excuse me. You have a couple.
Could you rescind that order?
You have a couple of bands of Democrat governors, but they will agree to it. They will agree to it. But the authority of the president of the United States having to do with the subject we're talking about is total.
A quick question about something you just said. You said when someone is president of the United States, their authority is total. That is not true.
Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to write up papers on this. It's not going to be necessary, because the governors need us one way or the other, because ultimately it comes with the federal government. That being said, we're getting along very well with the governors, and I feel very certain that there won't be a problem. Yeah, please, go ahead.
Has any governor agreed that you have the authority to decide when their state
I haven't asked anybody, because I don't, you know why? Because I don't have to. Go ahead, please. Enough.
And I have to tell you that.
Did you hear that? Enough. I was
the guy's horrible.
I was saying
there's a really interesting report on the BBC website about a guy who's been to all of Trump's press conferences, and he was like, yesterday, he said, I've been to like the maddest ones, but yesterday was the craziest one ever.
Yeah, he is completely insane. And in fact, I later on I watched Governor Cuomo's response to that, and it was just like, he literally just said what Chris said. He was like, there are some guys like Alexander Hamilton, I can't remember the rest of their names, but they all made sure that this couldn't happen. We would have had a King George Washington, not a President George Washington. We call King Trump. So it's crazy, because the thing is, he can cause a lot of problem by this.
Well, but I mean, I don't think this is. I honestly think the guy was just talking without thinking, like he always does.
I think you underestimate. I think you underestimate how you're playing down how dangerous he is, because people listen to him like the church is listening to him on Easter Sunday and opening up for the thousands of congregation, and people actually die from that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
I,
but I mean,
I think it's much more serious than you're making it out to be.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Well,
and Steve, you do need to take into account one thing. Let's take Little Malta for example. If you feel you have symptoms towards this whole like COVID-19 thing, if you think you might have the virus or whatever, what's really interesting is you have a 3 to 4 day wait to actually get tested.
I didn't realize. My belly button was popping out. I didn't realize.
I was worried it was something else. I was worried it was like, oh, we've had a fallout. Oh, how did I miss that one?
Yeah, she's got a 3 to 4 day wait to get tested.
You have a 3 to 4 day wait to get tested. Now, this could be a very, very, very big problem in somewhere like the States, because if you have 3 to 4 days to wait to get tested to know whether you have it or don't have it, you could actually infect a lot of people along the way. So
yeah, well, I mean, here it's even worse. Here you can't get tested. Here, even if you've got it, you're told just stay at home. You can't get tested unless you're in hospital. So, I mean, there's no but yeah, I mean, everyone should stay at home. Oh, of course. I mean, but the guy shoots his mouth. I think to think that the guy has got some big, massive plan and is following it kind of overestimates what he's capable of. I think he's an idiot. I think he's a very dangerous idiot. I don't think he can follow a plan.
I agree.
I hope not, because then that would be even worse if he is.
Speaking of staying at home, so today I went out for a drive just to get out of the house a bit, and I went into the countryside, like that map basically that we showed earlier. But two things I noticed. One was less encouraging than the other, but the other one was quite encouraging. One of them was that I went to a place that I go to sometimes that is quite nice and quiet and away from it all. And there were more people there than I have ever seen before.
Right. Okay.
A lot of people trying to get out and away by the looks of it. But I saw not one but two police cars patrolling in this
area.
Yes, quite out of the way, as out of the way as you can get in Malta area. And two police cars just making sure that people aren't sort of, I don't know, having a rave or something.
Yeah, so they're social distancing.
Yeah, so so at first I was quite discouraged because there were lots of people, many more than I expected, including hunters. But then seeing the police cars, I thought, okay, well at least they're checking up on stuff.
Yeah. Well, in some countries, like in Austria, I was doing a stream yesterday with an Austrian comedian, and she was saying that. I think in Austria it's something like they're giving prison terms to people who are out without their proper, if they're supposed to be on quarantine and stuff like that. So yeah, the police in Austria are being very strict.
If I remember correctly, in Attar, they're giving a 3-year prison sentence to anyone who what? مش
in Attar.
Attar. Shall I know Robert? Shall I know Robert?
From Mostar, there's the police there.
But in Qatar, they're actually giving 3-year prison sentences for anyone who's caught organizing events of any size, sort of thing. So it's a little bit scary. Now, we've gone over an hour. We're gonna leave with a couple of memes. I don't think we're gonna get to the John Dalli and Lieberland story. We'll leave that for next time.
No, we'll do it next time.
For next time. But primary school children coming back to school after Corona ends in 2040.
Very good. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Products from China versus viruses from China. That's just about right. And hold on. Wait, there was another one. Nope, there was another one, and I will bring it up in a second once I find it. Yes, this is a little deeper. This one here.
Oh.
Okay. Hey son, I'm going to get the milk. How long will you be gone for, Dad? 8. Wait, infinity.
Okay.
Wow.
You get it? No.
Why? Like he's gonna die?
No, he's just gonna leave. He's not coming back.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
so this is not coronavirus related.
No, it's just about parents. Just about parents abandoning their children.
Abandoning their children. Cool.
Exactly. Yeah,
All right.
let's just end tonight with a meme about parents abandoning their children.
No, we'll end with this. Learning to write in Mandarin during the quarantine.
Very good.
All right, boys and girls, thank you very much for joining us tonight. We have been Chris, Steve, and myself, Wes. It's Comedians Cooped Up with Corona. We'll be back on Thursday night with a news review and a game.
And a game. Ooh,
yes.
We'll do the quiz.
And you never know, some unintentional nudity. Take care, guys. We will see you
later.
very
Bye.
soon. See you later. Ciao. Yeah, that didn't end because my mouse stopped.